Hi, I've been asked to make a little video to demonstrate how I made this. So this is a little basket made from grass, just grass from my garden in the UK, and some natural raffia. There you go. Made over 2 days. I just picked it up and put it down when I wanted to. So this grass obviously is a bit more faded than this was finished today. So what do you need? You need grass, common or garden grass. So this was taken from my lawn, from the garden beds, because I was taking part in No Mow May. I haven't touched the garden all year, so it's really long and it's still got the roots attached. I just pulled it out of the ground. So you need grass. This is natural raffia. This is how it comes if you buy it from a garden centre. You just pull one out when you need it. And then I'm using a metal tapestry or woolen needle, but you can use plastic. And then just to cut it and trim it, a pair of garden secateurs. So, how do we start? So I've just done a basic knotted on another piece of raffia, and I'm going to cut the tail. Now there is a better way of doing it, but I'm still a bit of a novice on the old video front, so I think after I've done a few more videos I'll attempt that. And I just knotted this one and it doesn't look too bad. So here we go. I'm going through the raffia of the core, the base, pulling. This is slightly better, this piece of raffia. It's single there, so you should be able to see it. I'm going to get as close as I can, and then I'm going to do the blanket stitch, which basically pulls it across. Sorry, wrong one. It's so fiddly, the start, and it's not easy to demonstrate it, I don't think. There you go. Again, you can trim that off as you go. Hopefully this will start to look much better once I've done a few rounds. So it's essentially the same all the way around, and then obviously at some point you need to add more grass. I'm going to do it even closer. I've actually found that to get it really neat, you may as well take your raffia right through, as if you're not going to do the blanket stitch. And there you go. That one's too loose, you see, really. And I'm just pulling the grass as I go through the layer. I'm going to take it as far as I can so it's lying flat, and then loop it, taking the needle away from my body, and that will help to stretch it across. Now you can see that's like looking a bit more like a blanket stitch. Still don't need to add any extra yet. Obviously we're still on the very early stages, so we don't want to bulk it up. Take it flat, and then I'm hooking it through. Make sure, yeah, there we are, much better. Oops, that piece of grass needs to lie that side of the raffia. There we go. and hook it. There we are. There we are. Now, that is the beginning. I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to go around until I need to add some more in. And really that's just, I did it by guesswork. This is the first basket I've made, so when I think, oh, that's getting a little bit thin, I then add some more. I'll show you that in a moment. I just wanted to show you that because I am going in and out of the same places all the time, I'm going diagonally through the top of that last stitch, and then that's it, through there. That, just finish this stitch off, and catching it at the back. That it is actually making it a lot neater. There's a definite pattern in this one, whereas the first one I did was really just higgledy-piggledy. So either is right. You can just go in and out wherever you want, really. But as this is supposed to be an instructional video, I thought I would put a little method in it for you. There we are. So it's a bit later in the day, so that's why the light's gone down. I haven't made it as large as the last basket, but I thought I would show you, because I'd like to get this finished today. I'm aware that because it was no mow May, you might run out of long grass pretty soon, but anyway, here we go. So I'm just going to tell you how to basically turn it into a basket, and it's really simple. All you do is hold your grass up, so it's like a little wall, and continue where you left off. So I'm going diagonally, and I pull it through tight as I can. Again, this one has split, this raffia has split, but this is, I'm relatively new to working in raffia, so I've no idea if mine is a cheap raffia or this is what always happens. By the way, I should say this is natural raffia, not paper raffia. Paper raffia is different. It's more of a paper-based product, and it would not do this. It would just rip, I think. And again, I'm just going to hold it up, so as you can see already it will start to go around. Oh, there's one of my grasses come out, so I'm just going to poke it back in. There we are, and then I'll find my next one, going in at the diagonal. Oh, it's come out again. Hang on, let me put it back. I didn't wedge it in obviously enough. There we are. And I'm going to pull this. There you go. So it's going up, and I'll do one more just to show you. There we are. Pull it tight, and then catch the back of it and pull it up and forward to get the blanket stitch. Okay, and as I was going round this morning making the other one, it was so easy to keep the shape of it. If you just tug the grass, pull it taut as you go round, you'll create firm sides. I will join you when I've done a few more rounds. I'll make this quite a short one, so I can edit the video together and get it posted and then I'll just show you how to finish. So I just did a little tiny bit more. This is going to be quite a shallow bowl, and I just pruned a leaf off my palm tree, indoor palm tree, which was brown and never growing. So I'm just going to experiment while I do the closing and maybe try and leave that out on the outside as a decoration. It may not work, but let's give it a go. So I'm going to wedge that in there and then do my usual stitch, which is through just past the next stitch on the diagonal and through the grass. That may not work. Let's have a look. It may look silly, or it may look cool, who knows. So I've pulled it tight, and now I'm going to do the pulling it through, which makes it a blanket stitch. Apologies if this is the wrong way around for everybody. Put it back down there again. Just going to pull. There you go, it's not so bad. Not so bad, and I know it's there, so it's a nice little tribute to my plant, which is actually growing quite well apart from that one leaf. There you go, just trimmed it. So I'll know this is my grass from my garden and a little bit of palm from my plant indoors. And I find it fascinating, you know, like how it's going to be in the next few months, how it's going to turn out. I'm just going to do another stitch before I show you how to close it. Sorry. I don't know if you can hear my son blowing bubbles. My children are having their tea and my son is blowing bubbles. There you go. Makes it a little bit organic. Okay, now how to finish it off. So this is only the second basket I've ever made of this type, so I am sort of on the fly here, but normally I would keep going and until it reaches a natural end, but you can also do this. So this is what I'm just going to turn it so that I can turn it back on itself, and then I'm going to see if where's the next stitch. The next one is there. That won't really secure it, so I might have to go over it a few times. Sorry. Oh, this does look fiddly. Sorry, everybody. Actually, I know what to do. Instead of folding it over, I'm just going to cut it so it's a tiny bit longer than the stitch, and then this will naturally catch it. So this is the blanket stitch. Sorry if I wasn't in shot. And then I'm going to go over it a few times, effectively wrapping it like we did at the start, but I'm wrapping it in with blanket stitch. So actually this is, we'll give it a definite finish. There we are. I'm just going to go over that one again. Just to tidy it up, I'm going, before I cut it, I'm just going to take that through there. I'm just going to tidy up the basket. There you go. So let's show you in comparison with the one I made earlier today. So this one's got a bit of organic material on it and it's smaller. That's the one I made and finished this morning, and that's the one I've made, oh look, just now to show you. This, you know, it is a rustic one, so you just chop it off if you're not happy with that shape. It's not bad, and already in some ways I've improved the technique from this morning, from my first go. Let me also just show you, this week I made some little grass wreaths or bracelets. And I did this by basically curling about 4 or 5 strands of grass, the same grass from my garden, curling it round in a loop, wrapping it round as you would a wreath, and then fed it through one. So you basically do that to form your wreath shape, and then I fed in one strand of grass at a time and ended up with that, which is really lovely. If you do more than one strand at a time, obviously it gets thicker. These were done with more than one strand at a time. And then I also made on, it's Wednesday today, on Monday I made these, Bank Holiday Monday. This is a wreath made with Russian vine, which was growing over a neighbouring property, and we asked permission if we could cut a bit of it down, and I made a wreath out of that. This is very thin. Really, I'm just making them for practice, and just because I want to have a go. And this one is thicker, made from the offcuts of an ivy, English ivy, from my neighbour's garden, and she kindly gave them to me. Again, yeah, there we are. So I've had a good go this week at some natural crafts. There we are. If you'd like to follow me, my name is Lilac Dawn Makes, and I have a page on Facebook and an account on Instagram and an Etsy selling page. I mostly do macrame, punch needle, knitting, weaving, crochet, and coiling. I've made some other coil baskets, but not out of natural material. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching it and learned something, and do let me know if you do make something yourself. Thank you. Bye.